I wasn't planning on continuing this conversation, but my last video talking about how everyone's becoming transgender nowadays and I don't like the direction that the trans community is going online. I didn't expect to get the amount of feedback that I did, and I'm actually really happy I did, because I was nervous about posting that, but looking back at the comments, I'm very, very happy I did, because there's a lot that needs to be broken apart. So I realized that a lot of people do not know the difference between sex and gender. And I've noticed a lot of people within the transgender community do not know the difference between sex and gender. And that alone makes me realize why so many people took offense by what I said when I said I'm still female and I know my reality of being biologically female. And now I understand why they got offended, because they don't know the difference between sex and gender. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to say, sex is biology. Gender is in the mind. When I say that I will always be a female, it's because that is a fact. My biology is a fact. I cannot pick and choose my biology, no matter what I do. Now, my gender, on the other hand, that is what's different. That is what is a man. Now, when you look at sex, we are talking about male and female. When you are looking at gender, you are talking about man and woman. And that's where people were getting confused. So when trans men take offense by the word female, it's because they're associating it with being a woman. And those two do not go hand in hand. They don't always correlate together, which is what makes a transgender person. So when someone takes offense by me saying I'm still female, and they think I'm calling them out as a trans man as still being a female, they don't understand the terminology behind sex and gender. And that is very concerning. Very, very concerning, because that in itself proves why we are getting further from the rights we deserve than we are gaining the rights we deserve. Because people in our community don't even understand. So I got a lot more positive feedback in that video than I did negative feedback. And one comment I did see, they were agreeing with me, but they were saying that they just hope I don't turn my channel or start having the mindset of Blair White or Buck Angel. Now, I'd be lying to you guys if I even said I knew who Blair White was. I personally don't even know who that is, but I'm gonna do my research and figure it out, because it sounds like I should know. As for Buck Angel, for me personally, I don't have anything against them at all. From the videos I've seen, me personally, with my own eyes, my own ears, the couple of videos that I've seen, I don't take offense by anything Buck Angel says. When Buck Angel speaks, yes, it can be a little harsh, but I have a strong backbone, and I know not everyone does. So I can see why people do not like Buck Angel. I don't take offense. I brush it off, and at the end of the day, truth hurts. And that's why feelings are hurt. And I'm just going to leave it at that. But as in regards to my personal channel, am I going to start making content like them? No. One, because I'm my own person. I'm not going to copy other people's way of going about social media. Two, I'm not that type of person. I can be real and rational, but I can also be respectful. And in their content, sometimes they're not the most respectful, but that's their approach and that's how they handle it. But for me, that's just not the way I like to go about things. I try my absolute hardest to go in a way where I'm not offending people. Now, I can't help if I do, but just know that that is not my intention. That's not my approach. My whole entire 8 years on social media, my approach was never to offend anybody. I just express things how I see them and how I deal with them. Yeah, to go back on that, no, I'm not going to make content like them. I'm not going to make content like the offensive tranny. I'm just going to be real and rational, and I'm just going to keep it at that. Take that how you want. With all of that being said, this all goes full circle. The reason I wanted to elaborate and really crack down on my meaning of what being transgender is. Being transgender is when your sex and your gender do not align. So, my sex is that of a female. My gender is that of a man, which is what makes me transgender. It is so crazy that I have to keep explaining this because it's really concerning that people within our community don't know that. And it breaks my heart that some people got triggered when I called myself a female because they associate it with being a woman. I'm not a woman. My mind is that of a man, and my sex is that of a female. Nothing can change the fact that my body is that of a female, and nothing can change the fact that my mind is that of a man. That's what makes me transgender. That's what the gender dysphoria comes from. That's what the mental health aspect of it comes from. When your sex and your gender do not align perfectly the way that most people's does. That's what makes me different. That is what transgender literally means. With that being said, I am shifting my YouTube channel ever so slightly to not just focus on the glorified image of what it means to be transgender, what transitioning looks like. For one, I've already been there, done that for the past 8 years. I don't have any more to say about it unless somebody DMs me or comments something specifically. You can find all the information you need on the internet at this point. But what I'm noticing a huge gap in is finding self-love within the cards you were dealt in your transition, and even without having to do with your transition. I struggle with anxiety, depression, gender dysphoria, all the things. And I want this channel to reflect on all of that and how I navigate life, how I've overcome huge obstacles, and how I've moved my entire life states and states away from where I grew up to help improve myself, full circle, through physical fitness, through dieting, and gaining a better relationship with food. All of these things, changing who I hang out with, distancing myself from family who does not benefit my mental health in regards to my transition. All of those things to me are very important, and I've noticed that a lot of people have questions around these topics, but a lot of people don't talk about it. Instead, they'd rather just glorify taking testosterone, having the hormone changes. Although it is a cool process, everyone's talking about it, everyone's doing it, and everyone's kind of taking it a step up to this glorified, amazing experience rather than talking about the actual mental health and physical health behind it all. So, with all of that being said, and now explaining to you guys where I come from when I say I'm a female, but I have the mind of a man and I cannot help that. That's what my transgender identity is. With all of that being said, that is the direction my YouTube channel is going in now. And to quote exactly what my channel is, because I wrote it in my bio description, you can see it if you want to, but I'll read it right now. Learning to love and work with the cards that I was dealt, and as someone who battles with multiple mental health disorders, gender dysphoria, anxiety, depression, and depersonalization, I would love to have you in this space if you also deal with any of these, as I may just have some tips and tricks to help you in your own journey. So, my YouTube shorts are going to remain the same when it comes to talking about trans stuff. I really like doing skits of real life issues that happen in the trans community and that have happened to myself so that people can really see what it looks like that we go through. I'm going to keep those. But my long form videos are going to be more about how to find self-love through all these different things, because I think that is the most important to help alleviate dysphorias when it comes to gender, and just to help a person overall who's battling with any type of mental health disorder. Because right now we live in tough times. Mental health disorders are unfortunately the most normal thing, and we need to talk about it more. I hope you guys stick around to watch this journey. I know I made a second YouTube channel, but I was so happy to go live the other day and get a lot of feedback from people on this channel and they think it'd be a good idea to just shift this channel in a direction of mental health and all things in regards to me being a transgender person, just trying to live the best life I can under the circumstances that I have. Bye guys.